Hello and welcome. My name is Diana and this is MetCon 22.0. It's our week 1, which is our easy contractions at our slow tempo. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today our supplies list is short. We're going to use a light to you dumbbell set. Today I'm picking my 5s. We also will need a wall or a rig, pole to utilize for balance support. And then we also need that nice big glass of water or water bottle close by so that you can stay hydrated throughout this class. All right, how this works is we're going to start off with a warm-up, getting our tissues ready for the exercises ahead. We'll move through 2 MetCon circuits. Each of those will be 7.5 minutes in length, and then we'll go ahead and finish with a cool down, which allows our body to return to steady state and gets you ready to move on with the very rest of your day. All right, so go ahead and join me in the very beginning, which is our warm-up. We're going to use the support of that balance object and catch 1 foot behind the hip to take a static quad stretch. Take 3 deep breaths here. Tuck your tailbone down and forward, and then use the strength of that arm to pull the heel in closely behind the hip. Excellent work. Release that side down and take the second side. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glute, pull the heel in behind the hip. Excellent. We're going to then step our feet out about shoulders distance apart, hands to hips, and we're going to take our standing hip circles. There's 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's crank up the heat, running in place 30 seconds. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll finish up with a rhomboid stretch and a chest opener. So here's our chest opener portion, and then take your arm across your chest, hug it in to stretch your upper back. Big breath in and out. Awesome. Open up again, stretch the chest. Other arm across for me, left arm, pull it in, breathe in and out. 1 more time to each side. Open and cross. Open and cross. Great work, my friends. Here's a great spot for a sip of water, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the exercises that make up our first circuit, and then we'll go ahead and jump in. We're going to get started with a step back burpee. This is actually where we're going to work our split stance movement pattern in. And so we'll start tall at the top of your space, palms to the mat. We're going to step back into high plank and then travel forward and come up tall, okay? What you're going to try to do is remember to alternate your legs as you're traveling back and up, and you can see that you're actually getting a lunge through that pattern on each side if you alternate. All right, we'll start off with that. We're going to move through that for 30 seconds. Then we're going to come up tall and step back into our feet being shoulders distance apart. Our second exercise is a body weight squat. I'll show you a side view. We want to bring our hips down approximately to knee height, and we want to stop the movement before the tailbone dips and tucks under, okay? Our last exercise is a modified push-up, so we'll make our way right down to the mat. I love to cross at the ankles and then get active in the glutes, and we're gonna work whatever hand positioning works well in your body today. Whether or not you wanted to target more triceps and be a little more narrow, or move out to more of a standard positioning, wherever you are, our hands are out at the line of the bust line here, or out wide and not up high, compromising the form through your shoulders, okay? That first circuit we're gonna go ahead with for 7.5 minutes, and that means that we'll repeat each of those exercises 5 times, all right? We're gonna get started in about 25 seconds, so grab another sip of water if you'd like. Excellent. All right, friends, let's go ahead and make our way up to the top of our space to prep for that step back burpee. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Finish your last one. Beautiful body weight squat. It's hands up to the chest. Breathe in on the descent, breathe out on the ascent. Five, 4, 3, 2, and release down, modified push-ups. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back burpee. Five, 4, 3, 2, and up. Body weight squat. Great job. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Modified push-ups. Five, 4, 3, 2, and up. Step back burpee. That completes 2 rounds. Great job. And release, body weight squats. Great work. Keep it going. Three, 2, 1. 1 modified push-ups, take it down. 4, 3, 2, 1, step it up. Awesome, that completes round 3. Four, 3, 2, 1. We're up. Body weight squats. Here we go. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Modified push-ups. Also 2-minute warning. Great work. Three, 2, 1. Step back burpee. Last time. Last step. Beautiful, friends, and we're into body weight squats. Last time here. Amazing work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time in our modified push-ups to finish our first MetCon circuit right here. Beautiful. 3, 2, and release. Great work, my friends. Here's a great spot for a sip of water, and then eyes back up here as I introduce you to our second circuit. All right, we're going to start this one off. This is a rep-based circuit, so we'll do 10 of each thing. Our first exercise for our hinge pattern is our glute bridge. So we'll make our way down to our mat. We'll bring our elbows out at a goalpost position, and then feet relatively wide. We're going to press down into the soles of the feet, across the tops of the shoulders, and through the elbows to work this glute bridge, 10 reps, okay? Then we're gonna make our way up and grab those light to you dumbbells. We're gonna take a dumbbell front side complex, which is a lateral raise. So turning the palms face up, we're gonna bring the weights up to about shoulder height and then right back down by your sides, okay? This is gonna work your anterior deltoids, your medial deltoids, and a little bit of your pecs, okay? And a little bit of biceps actually in there too. After that, we're gonna take 10 reps. Then we're gonna do 5 and 5 of this balanced dumbbell pass, okay? So you can come up into either your kickstand feet or all the way up into your inner ankle tucked into your other inner ankle. And we're gonna pass this weight 5 times from hand to hand. All right, find a vision point for your balance, and then we'll pass this weight 5 times on the second leg before returning right back down into that glute bridge. All right, friends, so go ahead and have another sip of water. Light to you dumbbells, scurry around to grab those for this circuit. And we're gonna start here in 15 seconds. Once again, this will still be 7.5 minutes in length, but we're gonna go rep-based with our exercises. All right, 3, 2, 1, begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rock and roll up. And here we go, palms face up and lift. 10, 5-degree bend at the elbow. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. One weight in hand, kickstand leg or full balance. Find your vision point. If you take the weight further to the sides of your body, it's going to challenge your balance a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome work. Switch the leg you're standing on. And 5, 4, good, core engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Release that weight down. We're right back to glute bridge. Elbows out, feet grounded, press down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous. Rock and roll up. All right, our front lateral dumbbell complex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Keep 1. Balancing. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Second side. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Back down for glute bridge. Elbows out, feet wide, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Up we go. All right, tall posture, shoulders back and down, palms face up and forward. 1, 2. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. All right, find your balance, find your vision point. 5, good, core engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome work. Release. And it's our 2-minute warning. Come on down again for glute bridge. Just 2 minutes to go with our actives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome work. Rock and roll, friends. Up we go. All right, both weights in hand. Core is braced, and lift. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Release down. 1 weight in hand. Balance dumbbell pass. Here we go. Oh, 1 minute warning. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Second side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing, friends. We're going to tack 1 more set of the glute bridge on the tail end here. Here we go. Rock and roll. Lift up. 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing work. Here's the literal rock and roll. Great job. Here's a great spot for a sip of water. We're going to begin our cool down in just a moment. All right, we're going to start this one off with our standing back bend to forward fold. We've worked a lot of the front of the shoulders today, so this one is going to open up that same area that we just worked. Hands to your sacrum, pull your elbows back, lift your chin, tuck your tailbone. 3 breaths. Awesome, friends, and then walk your hands down your legs. Take a forward fold, release your low back. Awesome, work your way back up. We're going to do 2 more of those back bends, so here we go. Good, fold it all the way down. Great, one more time, all the way up. And take it all the way down. Great work. I hope that felt really good. All right. Next, we're going to do a yoga squat, which is going to open the inner thighs, the adductors. So take your feet out about as wide as they normally are for squats, but turn your toes out a little bit wider. And then we're going to sit into the squat and actually push the elbows into the knees or the inner thighs. Another version of this for those of us who can't really get that depth is to go right on your box or your bench and actually just lean forward and press your knees out wide. One breath in and out. Awesome work. Okay, next we're going to come right down into our figure four glute stretch on your back, on your mat, crossing right leg over left knee. Catch behind and pull it in. Stretch out those glutes. 3 breaths here. And then second side, crisscross. Catch it, pull it in. Great work, my friends. Release. Plant the feet down. All right, and then we're going to drop both knees over to the right. Look to the left. It's kind of a combination of spinal twist and deer pose with the legs staggered. Big breath in and out. Another big breath in and out. And then bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. Take the knees over to the left, look to the right. Let's try 3 breath cycles. Excellent work. And then any additional stretches that your body needs, go ahead and place them right here at the tail end of this workout. Thank you so much for moving with me, but most of all, thank you for taking care of yourself with this movement strategy. I hope it really supported you in your physical fitness today. And if you had any individual questions, you can direct those to me via email, diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. I hope you go forward and have yourself a wonderful day, and I can't wait to catch up with you soon in my next live or recorded class. Until that time, take great care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.